Ever catch yourself noticing those odd little habits people carry, like they're guarding a secret world within? For survivors of narcissistic abuse, these quirks aren't just random. They're pieces of their survival story, shaped by years of navigating manipulation, control, and criticism. In this video, we'll look at 10 habits that may seem unusual at first glance, but hold a powerful backstory. These aren't just routines. They're marks of resilience, ways to reclaim a sense of self in the wake of toxic experiences. Ready to see what lies beneath the surface? Let's dive in. 1. Second-guessing what others say. Imagine being told repeatedly that your instincts, your perceptions, and your understanding of reality are wrong. In a narcissistic relationship, abusers thrive on gaslighting, distorting reality to keep their victims dependent and confused. Over time, this erodes the person's confidence in their own judgment. Now, even in healthy relationships, they may find themselves questioning, do they mean that, or is there something hidden here? This habit isn't about cynicism, it's about survival, a need to avoid falling into a trap they know all too well. Breaking this reflex is hard, requiring reassurance, trust building, and often therapy to help them rebuild their inner compass. 2. Wearing a poker face in social situations. For a survivor, social gatherings can feel less like socializing and more like a battlefield. Narcissists often use public settings to shame or humiliate their victims subtly, leaving them feeling exposed. As a result, many survivors develop a poker face to mask any vulnerability that could be used against them. They may laugh along, chat, or nod, but beneath that surface lies a layer of guardedness. The poker face is their emotional armor. It's an attempt to keep their true feelings hidden and prevent any reactions that could attract unwanted attention or judgment. For these individuals, expressing emotions freely in public requires a level of safety they haven't known in a long time. 3. The need to overclean. Cleaning for these survivors isn't just about tidying up. It's about regaining some semblance of control in a world that often feels unpredictable. For someone who has experienced the chaos and criticism of narcissistic abuse, having a clean, organized space offers a sense of relief. It's a small domain where they can make decisions without scrutiny. In extreme cases, this habit can evolve into compulsive cleaning, where the act of scrubbing and organizing becomes a ritual for easing anxiety. For them, cleanliness symbolizes peace, a rare commodity in the abusive environments they endured. And while it can sometimes feel extreme, it's a coping mechanism that provides tangible comfort. 4. Double-checking locked doors. A locked door is a simple act of protection, but for a survivor, it goes beyond securing a physical space. It's about finding a sense of internal security. Narcissistic abuse strips away boundaries. Victims often feel invaded, criticized, and scrutinized. The habit of double-checking locks can stem from this desire to feel genuinely safe in their own space. It's about reinforcing the idea that, for once, they're in control of who can come in and out of their lives. This habit might seem obsessive to others, but it serves a purpose for the survivor. It's a small ritual of self-reassurance in a world that often felt insecure. 5. The comfort of being alone. Being alone after enduring narcissistic abuse isn't loneliness, it's freedom. In solitude, there's no one to criticize, manipulate, or judge. Eating alone, traveling alone, choosing how to spend their time, these are all ways for survivors to rediscover who they are without someone else's influence. It's a way of reclaiming independence and space. In their company, they're free to explore interests, make choices, and find joy on their terms. This solitude isn't about shunning others. It's about finally getting a chance to live without the constant threat of control. For survivors, alone time is a process of rediscovery, a gentle way to reconnect with themselves. 6. Stuttering through their story. Opening up about abuse can feel like standing on shaky ground. Survivors often stumble, not because they lack clarity, but because the mind is navigating a minefield of memories, emotions, and self-doubt. Sharing these stories requires revisiting painful experiences that they've tried to put behind them. The words don't come easily because each one is tied to emotions they might still be sorting through. Stuttering or hesitating isn't a sign of weakness. It's their mind's way of protecting them from being overwhelmed. For many, each sentence feels like a cautious step forward as they search for safe footing on the path to healing. 7. The habit of over-apologizing. Abuse from a narcissist teaches the victim to take responsibility for everything, even things they didn't do. Constantly told they were wrong or to blame, survivors develop an instinct to apologize as a way of minimizing conflict. Now they'll say sorry, almost reflexively, often for things they had no control over. This over-apologizing is ingrained as a way to appease, to keep the peace, and to avoid confrontation. But it also reflects a deeper wound, the sense of not being enough without apology. Therapy can help rewire this response, slowly teaching them that they don't have to shoulder blame to exist peacefully in the world. 8. Avoiding eye contact. Eye contact can feel invasive to someone who's been routinely judged or belittled. To the survivor, meeting someone's gaze might feel like opening a door they'd rather keep closed. Narcissists often use eye contact as a form of control, intimidating the victim into silence or submission. Over time, survivors develop a habit of looking away to avoid feeling vulnerable or seen. This habit of avoiding eye contact is a protective gesture, a way of keeping emotional distance. For them, meeting someone's gaze may feel like revealing too much, too soon. Gradually, with healing, they may learn to reclaim eye contact as a form of confidence rather than a threat. 9. Hyperventilating. When proving a point. When a survivor tries to speak up, especially when making a point, anxiety often kicks in hard. This reaction isn't random. It's a response rooted in years of being dismissed or invalidated. When their opinion or ideas were belittled, it chipped away at their confidence, creating a sense of urgency around being heard. Now, proving a point can feel like a battle to reclaim their voice. The hyperventilating is their body's response to the stakes they feel are at play. Every word feels weighted with significance. With support, survivors learn to manage this reaction, finding ways to express themselves without the burden of their past weighing down every sentence. 10. Brushing off compliments. For survivors, accepting praise feels like treading unfamiliar territory. Narcissistic abuse often reinforces feelings of inadequacy, convincing victims they're not enough. Compliments now feel awkward because they've been conditioned to believe they don't deserve them. Even small praise can trigger feelings of doubt or discomfort. They might brush it off with phrases like, "It was nothing," or "I could have done better." For them, deflecting praise is like protecting themselves from the vulnerability that comes with being seen in a positive light. With time, they may start to internalize that compliments don't come with hidden motives, helping them rebuild a healthier sense of self-worth. Understanding these habits reminds us that recovery from narcissistic abuse is an ongoing journey. These behaviors reflect survival strategies, deeply human ways of coping with and protecting against pain. If you or someone you know identifies with these, remember, these habits aren't weaknesses. They're adaptations, signposts along the path toward reclaiming a life free from the shadows of the past. Rebuilding takes time, and every small step forward is a testament to strength. Reaching out for help, surrounding oneself with compassion, and slowly unlearning these survival habits can be powerful steps on the journey to wholeness.